This is Proclaim, 30 minutes of news and information from around the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown, and the Proclaim TV Mass live from St. John Galbert Cathedral in Johnstown at 11 a.m. Proclaim is brought to you by the Independent Catholic Foundation, UPMC Altoona, and the generous support of the Catholic Ministries Drive.
Prayer has always been the biggest part of my life. It was definitely taught to me and instilled in me at a very young age from my parents, who I have everything to thank for my faith and where I am right now.
Just weeks before officially beginning his priestly formation and education, a diocesan seminarian reflects on the path to where he is today. Hitting the streets to celebrate the gift of the Eucharist and share the beauty of the Catholic faith.
It's a wonderful opportunity for us to mingle with our kids, and it has been fun time for us teaching them what exactly cricket is.
And our Indian priests score big while sharing a popular sport in their culture with local campers. Good morning and welcome to Proclaim for Sunday, August 2nd, 2026. I'm Tony DeGaulle. Those stories in a moment. But first, all is ready for a beloved late summer tradition here in the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown later today. Bishop Mark will celebrate the annual outdoor Mass for students entering or returning to college and their families tonight at 7 at the Our Lady of the Allegheny Shrine in Loretto. 2026 high school graduates entering the military or workforce are also invited. During the Mass, the bishop will offer a special blessing to the young adults and present them with a small gift. As always, please bring your own lawn chairs. If it rains, the Mass will be celebrated inside the Basilica of St. Michael the Archangel, next to the shrine. If you plan on attending that Mass, come early and tour one of the most cherished structures in the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown. The Prince Gallitzin Chapel House next to the shrine will be open to the public this afternoon from 3 to 6. The Chapel House was the home to the Prince Priest and Servant of God Demetrius Gallitzin, who laid the foundation for Catholicism in this region in the late 1700s and early 1800s. The site now serves as a museum containing various artifacts from Father Gallitzin. Besides this afternoon, other Chapel House tour dates this summer are August 16th and 30th from 3 to 6 both days, followed by the outdoor Mass at the shrine at 7. Well, this is a big weekend here in the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown as we look ahead to the upcoming academic year with 4 seminarians either continuing or beginning formation for the diocesan priesthood. Consider that for a moment. Not too long ago, our diocese went through a period with no seminarians and few, if any, men expressing an openness to formally discerning a priestly vocation. Now, as I said, we have 4 seminarians and several other guys who are seriously discerning priesthood and maybe seminarians in the near future. Great news indeed. Now, with more seminarians comes greater expenses for their education and formation, so we need your help. This weekend in parishes and in the coming days and weeks, we're asking for your prayers and financial support through our Fishers of Men Vocations appeal. Bishop Mark is humbly inviting your generosity to assist the diocese in covering the high costs of educating and forming our future priests, God willing.
The reality is that it's similar to sending off a son or daughter to college. There are high sticker prices these days. So with seminary, I believe the sticker price is somewhere around $48,000 per year per seminarian. And that doesn't count medical insurance if the seminarian is not able to be on his parents' medical insurance. That doesn't count stipends so they can buy everyday items like toothpaste because they don't have jobs while they're in seminary. So there's basically a cost of about $60,000 per man per year, which is a lot when you start adding up the seminarians that we have and what we're hoping to have in the future. So we're asking the good people of the diocese to consider being generous with their money as you are with your prayers and as you are with your supportive priests in general. with this Vocations campaign that we're putting together, we hope to get the funds we need to ensure that we can educate future priests for you in the parishes.
Without the priests, we don't have the church, really. So this is really absolutely important. Any gift is a great help, if it's a small gift or if it's a big gift. And so we certainly ask you to be as generous as the Lord allows you to be, recognizing, I know it's expensive. I have to fill up my car with gas and get groceries too. So I see the cost of everything going up. And as a pastor, I know the families here, all the different costs that a family has. So I just ask you to be really as generous as God allows you to be, recognizing the importance of this mission of the church to build up the kingdom and the central role that priests and future priests pray in that.
Our Fishers of Men Vocations appeal happening now. Let me introduce you to just one of the men who is benefiting from your generosity and prayerful support. Diocesan Seminarian Andrew Foster shared with me his discernment path and how some special folks at his parish helped plant a few seeds. Never underestimate the wisdom of well-meaning fellow parishioners. Just ask Diocesan Seminarian Andrew Foster.
I had many old ladies approach me, and many parishioners approached me before and after Mass over the years and saying like, oh, I think you can make a wonderful priest, and have you ever thought of the priesthood?
Although Foster had been open to a priestly vocation when those folks approached him, he was also content with where he was in life. He never ignored the gentle nudging, however, and eventually his discernment moved from the back burner to the front burner. Now he's getting ready to begin his first year of seminary.
Prayer has always been the biggest part of my life. It was definitely taught to me and instilled in me at a very young age from my parents, who I have everything to thank for my faith and where I am right now.
Foster is a member of St. Mary Parish in Hollidaysburg. The parish campus includes an adoration chapel that the faithful can visit most times throughout the week to spend quiet time with Christ, present in the Most Holy Eucharist. For Foster, the chapel is a place of solace amid a busy and noisy secular world.
Yeah, even the times when I feel like my mind's wandering, I feel almost a sort of peace, because all the things that my mind wanders about, they're kind of solved, or they're put at ease, or I feel a peace at it, which I feel like most times when I get quiet in my life, like at work or anywhere, it kind of stresses me out, and I'm just kind of feel like I have all this big weight on me. But being able to just in those moments just turn to the Lord and just know He's got me, and know that His will is being done in any part of my life, I feel that's been the biggest help in my life.
In just weeks, Foster will begin his priestly formation and education at St. Mary's Seminary in Emmitsburg, Maryland, alongside fellow Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown seminarian Jonathan Egger of St. Andrew Parish in Johnstown. He's already visited the seminary and can't wait to fully immerse himself in brotherhood with the other seminarians.
Everybody knew each other. I was there for a few days, and they would switch tables. It's not like there were groups of guys separated, like everyone just kind of one big group, one big team together. And I think that's going to be very good, especially with my discipline, with my prayer life, with the studies that I have there. Just knowing that there's going to be 20-some, 30 guys there alongside of me with the same struggles, with the same, knowing what I'm going through, and who can lift me up and say, hey, you got this, you're not alone. I believe that's going to be the biggest and strongest thing. And I really can't wait to go there with Jonathan. Jonathan's such a powerhouse. Very excited to go there with him.
Now, Foster still has a way to go in his seminary journey, but he can't help but look forward to the day when he will serve God's people as a priest.
Being able, through God, to be able to administer those sacraments, I believe that's the biggest thing in everyone's lives, is to be able to receive those sacraments, and to know that God might be calling me as his vessel to administer those has always been always too much for me to handle. It's just always kind of this highly emotional thought of just like, you know, do I feel like, Lord, you know who I am. Like this is a lot, you know. But I think the biggest one is being able to celebrate Mass and to administer the Eucharist.
In his free time, Foster enjoys hiking, and he recently took up cycling. And now, all roads lead to seminary. And as he gets ready to go down that path, he urges other guys to never discount fellow parishioners, family, or other trusted folks who suggest that they be open to God's call to a priestly vocation. He's sure glad he didn't.
God gives people the grace to see the good in others that you might not be able to see in yourself.
Our best to Andrew Foster there. Let's check in with diocesan seminarian Jonathan Egger of St. Andrew Parish in Johnstown, who Andrew mentioned in that piece, as well as diocesan seminarian Liam Klima of St. Mark Parish in Altoona, who's entering his second year of college seminary at the Pontifical College Josephinum in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, I'm Jonathan Egger. I'm from Hooversville. I am a member of St. Andrew's Parish. I'm the youngest of 7, and I have 16 nieces and nephews now, with all of my older siblings getting married. I was homeschooled all the way through. I went to Franciscan and just graduated with a philosophy degree this year. And I'll be heading to Mount St. Mary's in Emmitsburg, Maryland to start my propaedeutic year. I think one thing that's always been true for me about the priesthood is it's kind of always been an option, but I've always just pushed it aside because it's like, I don't want to go to school. I don't like school. But going to Franciscan, entering school there, being in the priestly discernment program really showed me my love for serving others and loving them in the unique way that the priest would. Some other things I really love doing, I love cycling. I just got off of a week-long trip called Biking for Babies. It raises money and awareness for pregnancy resource centers. We biked about 400 miles in 6 days. We had to cut it short because of the weather. And I love hanging out with my family, just talking or playing music or working on vehicles with my brothers. It's been a pleasure. I'm really excited to enter into this next phase of discernment, entering the propaedeutic year. It's less academic focus and more human and spiritual focus, so I can enter in to the depths of prayer and grow that relationship with the Lord.
Hi, I'm Liam Klima. I'm a seminarian for our diocese. I'm here at Camp Z this weekend helping out, being a camp counselor, and I've so far been having a really good experience here. For my I'm going into my year 2 of seminary, so I'm looking forward to that because at the end of this year, we're going to be going to Rome to hopefully meet Pope Leo and maybe some other historical sites there. But for the rest of my year 2, just looking forward to being with my friends and growing deeper in my relationship with God.
And joining Liam at the Pontifical College Josephinum will be the newest seminarian of the diocese, Owen McCarville of St. Therese of the Child Jesus Parish in Altoona, who I featured last week on Proclaim. Please keep all of our seminarians in your prayers, as well as the other men throughout our diocese who are seriously considering seminary. And again, on behalf of Bishop Mark, please help us financially support them through our Fishers of Men Vocations appeal in parishes this weekend and the coming days and weeks. You can also donate to the appeal online through the giving section of our diocesan website. Elsewhere this morning, the Catholic faith was on display proudly for all to see on the streets of Johnstown last weekend. St. John Galbard Cathedral concluded its annual St. Anne Triduum with a Mass during which newly ordained Deacon John Fontana was the guest homilist. After the Mass, a Eucharistic procession stretched outside the cathedral and included a beautiful St. Anne statue created by Cathedral Rector, the Very Reverend Matthew Baum, using AI and 3D printing technology.
times in life, we need the help of God, the help of our friends, the help of our loved ones. But our pride gets in the way and we remain silent. The second line, it points to unselfishness. He's putting the needs of his people before himself because he knows he will need these attributes to lead them. What Solomon asked for will benefit his and God's kingdom. God gave him more than he asked because he was humble and he was not selfish. Godly wisdom prepared him for what was to come. And given the time in salvation history when King Solomon reigned, it would not have been wrong for him to ask for those things. He was a young king. He would have needed those things to conquer his enemies, to sustain his people, to protect his people. Instead, he asked for wisdom, and God gave him more. He gave him more than he asked for.
Seek the things above.
And it was standing room only in the cathedral for that Mass, and what a privilege for the faithful to bring the beauty of the Catholic faith to the streets of downtown Johnstown for all to witness. Congratulations to Father Matt Baum and his team for a spiritual and successful Triduum and Eucharistic procession, a grand tradition in Johnstown. Well, the diocese is mourning the passing of a beloved deacon. Deacon James Woomer passed on July 22nd after a battle with leukemia. He was 78 years old. Ordained a deacon in 2010, he served in diaconal ministry at St. Rose of Lima Parish in Altoona for 16 years. Deacon Woomer was a convert to the Catholic faith. In fact, so was his wife Kathy and their son and daughter-in-law. I profiled their faith journey not long ago in Proclaim magazine. You may remember the story. Bishop Mark celebrated a funeral mass for Deacon Woomer this past Monday at St. Rose of Lima. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Woomer family, the St. Rose of Lima parish family, and the diaconate community of Altoona-Johnstown. On this 18th Sunday in Ordinary Time, I invite you to stay tuned for the Proclaim TV Mass from St. John Galbert Cathedral in Johnstown, live at 11 here on WATM ABC 23.
Proclaim is brought to you by the Independent Catholic Foundation, UPMC Altoona, and the generous support of the Catholic Ministries Drive.
We're just days away from a fun experience at the ballpark. The Proclaim Night with the Altoona Curve at P&G Field in Altoona is happening on August 14th. The event is in celebration of the 125th anniversary of the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown. For game tickets, please call Corey Homan at the Altoona Curve at 814-283-3128 or email him at choman@altoonacurve.com. The game is at 6. The pregame picnic is sold out, but again, game tickets are still available. Come and see 3 great priests throw out the ceremonial first pitch. The Very Reverend Frank Scornienci, TOR, pastor of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish in Altoona, the Very Reverend Matthew Baum, rector of St. John Galbert Cathedral in Johnstown and pastor of St. Patrick Parish in Johnstown, and Father Michael Pleva, pastor of St. Joseph Parish in Bellwood and St. Matthew Parish in Tyrone. Again, you can still purchase game tickets, but the pregame picnic, sponsored by Ward Transport and the Ward Foundation, along with ARC and Keller Engineers, is sold out. Thanks for the enthusiastic response, and thanks to our sponsors. Well, register for what promises to be the Catholic event of the season. I'm talking about the upcoming Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown Family Conference in celebration of the 125th anniversary of the diocese. The day-long conference, which is being held in place of the usual men's, women's, and youth conferences this year, is scheduled for September 19th at Bishop Carroll Catholic High School in Ebensburg. The theme is "We Are the Body of Christ." Program books like this are available at parishes. As part of the registration, you choose 2 workshops in which to participate and 1 alternate. There's a summary of each workshop in the program book, which also includes pricing and details. To receive a discount, register by August 30th. The final registration deadline is September 11th.
The Independent Catholic Foundation has become the largest charitable foundation in Central PA, with investments aligned according to the ethical, moral, and social teachings of the Catholic Church. Our endowments produce nearly $2 million in financial aid for local parishes, schools, ministries, and cemeteries. To learn more about the Independent Catholic Foundation, call or visit us online. Entrust your legacy with the Independent Catholic Foundation.
A little culture at camp. Some of our Indian priests made a visit to Camp Zacchaeus, the diocesan youth summer camp, last month. They showed some of the campers the art of cricket, the bat and ball sport that's hugely popular in India. Check it out.
Show how to bowl, Father will show how to bat. What I do is called bowling in cricket. What he does is called batting. First of all, we are very happy to be here at Camp Zacchaeus. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to mingle with our kids. And it has been fun time for us, teaching them what exactly cricket is, that we won, especially Indians, because the most important game in India is cricket.
billions of people watch and love and play cricket. And we too learned from our childhood onwards. And it is a privilege for us to teach the kids and introduce them to the cricket. And we can say God of cricket is from India. It teaches us the teamwork, discipline, and willingness to adjust to the failures, accept the failures, move on to win the game. A faith in religiosity would mean not just going into the church, kneeling down and praying. It doesn't just consist prayer. Rather, come out sometimes, mingle with everyone, have fun, have entertainment. And Jesus asked us to be joyful. Everywhere, wherever you are, be joyful. And that is what we learn in the field. When we play, we get entertainment and fun. At the same time, we respect each other. We don't hurt others' feelings. Rather, we play with sincerity, and we play with rules, and we play with integrity. That's what the game teaches us. And it also helps us as a faithful person, as a religious person, to follow the rules and stand for the truth.
Love our Indian priests. So good of them to share their time and talent with the campers. Now, also at Camp Z, a popular activity is ziplining. And it's not just for the little kids, but the big kids too. Diocesan Vocations recruiter Father Brian Norris spent the week at Camp Z, and he couldn't resist doing a little ziplining himself. There he is. Check it out. He's a great priest who likes to take people to new heights in their relationship with Christ, and there he himself literally reaching new heights through ziplining. Great job, Father Norris. And on that note, that does it for this edition of Proclaim for Sunday, August 2nd, 2026. I'm Tony DeGaulle. See you tonight in Loretto for the outdoor Mass for college students. But first, stay tuned for the Proclaim TV Mass live from St. John Galbert Cathedral in Johnstown, coming up next.
Thank you for watching Proclaim. Stay up to date with the latest diocesan news and information anytime by visiting the Proclaim e-news site at proclaim.dioceseaj.org. While you're there, sign up for email updates by clicking on the e-news tab in the upper right. You can also visit the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown website at dioceseaj.org. Don't forget to like the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown on Facebook. Stay tuned for the Proclaim TV Mass live from St. John Galbert Cathedral in Johnstown, brought to you by the Independent Catholic Foundation and the generous support of the Catholic Ministries Drive.